Hi, I'm John Winter, one of the filmmakers behind the 100 Project. In this tutorial, I'm going to offer you my top tips on how to get good sound, how to get good video, and how to set up your smartphone so you can make a professional looking video for the 100 Project. You do your best shooting it, we'll do our best editing, and you should end up with a really special video for the whole family to share. Okay, I'm going to start with sound or audio because it's the most important thing to get right. We can edit around the pitches, but we absolutely need the 100-year-old's voice to be loud and clear. So, tip number 1, location, location, location. Finding a quiet location is more than half the battle. Given that even a gentle wind can affect sound quality, I recommend finding a quiet interior place, or if you are outside, somewhere completely out of the wind. You'll never find a perfect location for audio, but being aware of the sounds will make all the difference. Which leads me to tip number 2. Close your eyes. Listen. It's the best way to hear any sounds that might interfere with your interview. Someone talking loudly in another room, a vacuum cleaner, a noisy air conditioner, rain on the roof, a lawnmower, maybe a dog barking. And it's really, really important not to have any radio, TV or music in the background. Background music or TV could mean we won't be able to use your video. So if you can't avoid them, you'd be better off finding another location to film. Tip number 3. Don't panic. If something or someone interrupts you in the middle of the interview, like a plane flying overhead or a phone ringing, then just wait. Wait and ask the question again when it's quiet. Tip 4. Make sure everyone puts their phone on flight mode, especially the phone you're using to make the video. Tip 5. Do an audio check. It's very important that you test the audio before you start your interview. Record, say, 30 seconds of the 100-year-old from the spot where you're going to shoot the video and then play it back to make sure it's nice and clear. If their voice is very quiet, then move the camera in closer. Tip 6. Consider a microphone. It's not essential, but if you want to go that extra yard to get good audio, there are some reasonably inexpensive microphones, especially made for smartphones, that are pretty good. Condenser mics are easy to attach and they work well. Lapel mics are also great. They fit on your clothes just like this and they are perfect for interviews. So far I've talked audio, now I'm going to move on to my top video tips, starting with the light. Smartphones work best when there is plenty of light, and the best source of light is the sun. So if you're filming inside, it's far better to shoot during the day and make sure the 100-year-old is facing a window so the light is shining on their face. If you're filming outside, then it's best to shoot in the morning or afternoon, as the midday sun can be harsh and unflattering. Tip number 8. Choosing the best location. Ideally, you'll film in a home environment where the 100-year-old will feel most comfortable and where we'll get a sense of their world. Shooting the 100-year-old against a bare wall is perfectly fine, but having a bit more of the house in shot will make it more interesting. And definitely avoid objects looking as though they are sticking out of the 100-year-old's head. My 9th tip is how to frame the video. First thing is, don't shoot vertical or portrait. We want you to shoot in landscape format. And you see how there's just a little bit of space above the head? If there's too much space, it doesn't look so good. Their eyes should be roughly 1/3 from the top. The next thing is we don't want the camera pointing down at the centenarian or looking up at them. The camera should be placed roughly at the 100-year-old's eye level. And the interviewer should sit beside the camera so that the 100-year-old is looking at the interviewer. One additional thing, for those of you who are more experienced and are using an external microphone, then by all means, please do give us some wider mid-shots. My next tip is don't handhold the camera. Wobbly can look great in certain situations, but it's not so good for an interview, especially a longer interview. It's much better if the camera is on a tripod. You can purchase an inexpensive tripod for your smartphone, and some selfie sticks can also be used as a tripod. And to get the camera to just the right height, you can use tables and books or even a ladder. Once set up, try not to touch the table or the camera so you don't bump it during the interview. Tip 11 is a wardrobe pointer. Please ask the 100-year-old not to wear any clothes with slogans or overly visible brand names, and to avoid clothing with repeating patterns or narrow stripes. And finally, some tips on your smartphone settings. Tip 12 is do not use a digital zoom. In other words, no pinching and zooming. It just lowers the resolution and we don't want that. If you want to get closer, simply move the camera in closer to the centenarian. My next tip is about shooting in 4K. Any smartphone, iPad or tablet from the last 5 years will probably be able to shoot 4K video, which is definitely our preferred format. If you really can't get access to a more recent camera or phone, then our second preference is full 1080 HD. Make sure you're using the rear camera on your phone because most selfie lenses can't shoot 4K. All phones are different, but here are a couple of examples of how to easily set up your phone for 4K. I'll start with an iPhone 8. Click on Settings. Then either scroll down to Camera or you can type Camera into the search. Then click on Camera. Here you can get access to your camera's slow motion setting, but for now, click on the Record Video. And then choose the option that says 4K at 24 FPS and you're done. And now on a Samsung 9A. Click on Camera, then on Settings. Next, click on Rear Video Size. Click on 16:9 and then choose UHD 3840 by 2160. In this case, there isn't any options to choose 24 FPS, frames per second, and that's okay. Okay, so moving on, tip 14, pretty self-evident, but make sure your phone's battery is fully charged and you have plenty of available data before you start your interview. Tip 15, clean your lens. Quick buff like this, and you're ready to go. Next, tip 16. Back up your videos and photos. It's easy to forget this step, but it's really important. And my final tip is how to transfer the video from your smartphone to your computer. A simple way to go from an iPhone to a Mac is AirDrop. You can Google for instructions. You can transfer data from a smartphone to a computer using a USB lead and one of a number of available apps. But be careful, as some apps lower the resolution of your video when they transfer it, and you definitely don't want that. Another method is to use something like a SanDisk USB dual drive. They have two connections, one that goes into the phone and one that goes into the computer. Connect the drive to your phone, then back up your videos onto the drive. Next, connect the USB drive to your computer and transfer the video onto it. I suggest you take your phone and charge it to the store to make sure you get the right dual drive to fit your phone and computer. And that's it. Just remember, get close, get quiet, shoot in landscape, shoot 4K, keep the camera still, hit the record button and hit the stop button at the end of each take. When your video is finished, we'll send you links to the 100 Project website, YouTube channel and Facebook so you can share your video with family and friends. We'll also send you a link so you can download your own personal copy. Whether or not you're planning on sending in your own video, we really hope you enjoy the videos on the website. There are some wonderful people here telling very special stories. Please subscribe and share any videos you think might be appreciated by others.